Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to be doing my Power Hour Clean With Me laundry edition. So I'm going to take you along with me doing laundry for our family of 6. You can kind of see the routine, how I do it, also the products I use. I have been getting a lot of questions about my favorite things for stains, and I have kind of an unconventional way. I use my old bamboo toothbrushes, and I have a little natural stain stick I use. Y'all will see that. Also, I've been getting questions about the laundry soap I use. Am I still doing the zero waste thing in the laundry department? And I am. So I've been doing migraine fills with their little refill packets for I think over a year now on our family's clothes, and I'm super impressed. They recently changed up their formulas so they're stronger and they leave the essential oil scent on your clothes. I'm due to make my laundry detergent, so I'm gonna do that here in just a bit. But if you haven't heard of this brand, it's really cool. They send you these little refill packets. So this is what you'll get in the mail, and then you mix this in the jug with water. So it really cuts down on packaging and also the weight of products needing to be shipped. You're shipping this rather than a full jug with all the water. You just add it at home. So I think it's so smart. Anyways, let's get into it. I got some laundry to do. So my laundry day is a once a week event, and I'm gonna literally do all of the clothes and everything for our whole house, the whole family of 6 in one day. So I start off very early in the morning, usually grabbing everything from our room, and I grab everybody's hampers. I grab my bath towels and everything. I was just in Landon's room grabbing his hamper. I do the same thing in Carter and Cameron's room. The only thing that I don't do on my laundry day is like bedding if it doesn't need to be done. Like I'll skip it, so it'll be either every other week or just as needed. And the same thing goes for my cloth diaper laundry. I'm doing that every 2 or 3 days during the week, so I just make sure it doesn't fall on the big laundry day. And I always like to get the washer started early because I know it's going to be running all day. So what I was doing there was just grabbing my first load, which is darks, and I do the dark kids' clothes first, always. So I just throw those in, and then I was out of my laundry wash. So I'm just making it real quick here. I'm just filling up my jug with hot water. I put in the little packet. You guys, it smells so good. And then you just shake it up, and that's done. And then I mentioned this is a zero waste system, so I just rinse that little refill packet a couple times, and then I just hang it on my little drying rack. Next day it's like dry and I can put it in the recycle, but I really like that I'm not making all those extra jugs to put in the recycle and all that. And then for this load, I have it on cold water. I pour in both a half cup of the wash and then half cup of the rinse and 2 little scoops of their stain remover and get that going. And then I'm back to sorting. So I've usually got a load of lights and darks for both the kids and my husband and I. I've got a load of white towels, the kids' bath towels. The boys kept hugging me because they wanted to be in the video. They're just being silly. And then the last load that I have there is my husband's work clothes. Basically, I just separate based on the temperature that I want to wash things on and then the product I'm going to use. So if I'm going to use any brighteners, then I'll make sure it's just whites in there. So yeah, I just sort everything out, combine loads when I can, kind of count out how many loads I have to plan out my time. And then I go to our dryer. Every other week, I switch out the refill packet in our little dryer angel. These are like super potent essential oil packets, and it's a really neat way to scent your clothes. It helps with static. So I throw those in the dryer, get it going on low. And then usually I have time to like feed the kids breakfast, but I come back to my next load, which is my whites, and I'll do half of the cap of laundry wash, half a cap of the rinse. And then for this load, I use that Oxy Boost. So I only do that on the whites, but I'm always looking for things to keep our laundry nice and bright and white. Now for things that have stains, I always take this little stain stick and the stain remover. This is an enzyme stain remover. So with things like my husband's dress shirts, they might not be crazy stained every single time, but over time, this is like the fastest way that he wears out clothes is the collars. So what I do is I take my kettle and I just get some warm water, not like crazy hot, not like 200 degrees, but I just get it warm. And then I'll pour that over the collars. I use the little stain stick to scrub on the collars and get them nice and soapy. And then I'll take some of that enzyme stain remover and I'll just use what I would normally use on the load, but put it on the collars. So 1 or 2 scoops, depending on how dirty things are or if there's kids' clothes in there. So for this one, I did 2 scoops, and then I just take my little upcycled toothbrush and I scrub that all in. And then when I'm done scrubbing it, I just throw it in the wash, like that load that's going with the whites, and it does its thing. They come out so clean, you wouldn't even know that they're not brand new. Yeah, I'm pretty proud with this routine here. Anyways, you guys, this is a power hour, and I thought it would be interesting with laundry because sometimes my washer takes like an hour, it seems like, on some of the heavier wash cycles. But of actual like active working time, I think this rounds out to just about an hour what I'm showing. So anyways, yeah, I just finish up, load this here. Once that's done, obviously I had some time in between there, but back to work. Once that's done, I get my stuff out of the dryer, those first darks, and then I set up my folding table. So this is just our dining room table, and I grab these little cube storage bins. I keep these in our laundry room, and then I just bring them out when it's time to put away the clothes. I've got one for each kid, so just in oldest to youngest order, I just get on with the folding. Folding is like my most dreaded part of laundry. I always, I don't know. Let me know down in the comments your least favorite part of laundry because this folding is just definitely my least favorite. It dries out my hands, it takes so long, there's so many people's things to sort. But yeah, if I get into a pinch, a lot of times I will just, do all the loads of kids' clothes and make them a giant pile, and then I will fold it all in one big go. But when I'm keeping up on it, I will do one at a time, and as they come out, I'll fold them. Definitely with our clothes, like the adult clothes, those got to be hung up super fast, otherwise they get wrinkly. But yeah, that's another story. Anyways, so eventually the folding is done. I move back to the washer, and I didn't film any clips of this, but I don't put everything in the dryer. I actually put a lot on our clothesline. I've got a quad clothesline above our washer and dryer, and I love that thing. So I just go to the next load, and then this little cutie, she's always trying to help with the laundry. So funny. Anyways, so I'm just putting in the next load, and I want to give you guys a close-up, like up close and personal, on the status of these shirts because they get like new clean, but they start out pretty gnarly, these dress shirts. As with before, I poured the hot water out of my kettle, then I take that laundry stain stick and I just rub it back and forth over the stain, so over the collar. You can see how well these suds up, and also it's neat because how the soap is cut, it's kind of like ribbed, and I think it does a really good job. So I do that, and then I pour the enzyme stain remover over the top, scrub that in with a toothbrush, same thing. But I wanted to share this little stain removal routine because I know there's a lot of you that do your husband's laundry, and this is a constant issue when you're trying to use natural products. So anyways, I think you guys get my routine with the products I use and all that by now. But that's where I'm going to end it, guys. I think that's pretty much a power hour of active working time. I really wanted to share with you my routine, like in action. A special thanks to My Greenfills for making that happen, for sponsoring this video, and just allowing me to naturally go through my routine and show you the products that I've been using for the past year. They did give me a 25% off coupon code for this video for you guys. It's NTM. I'll put that in a link to them down in the description. I made a little welcome video, so if you go check them out, you can see that over there. Like I said, I've been using them for the past year, so I'm a pretty big fan. Anyways, guys, thumbs up if you liked it. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you soon. Bye, guys.